Hello, in today's video we're looking at if the UK Immigration cancels your sponsor's license, revokes the sponsor's license, or downgrade or suspends it, or if your visa is cancelled, what are the options for you? Under the UK immigration rules, if a sponsor does not comply with the duties that has been enshrined within the sponsor requirement, their license can be suspended, revoked, or downgraded. For those of you who may already be in the UK, if your sponsor's license is suspended or downgraded, you can continue to work for the sponsor, just that they cannot employ or sponsor any more migrants on their license. If the sponsor's license is revoked, then you will receive a notification from the Home Office giving you 60 days to either switch or leave the UK. This video is focused on what the problems are, your options, and how you can surmount these problems. The first thing to bear in mind is that if you're in the UK temporarily, the law allows the UK government, or for that matter, the Immigration or the Secretary of State, to take away your visa. And it can be for various reasons. If you're a student because you didn't attend the university and therefore the university has notified them and they've revoked your sponsorship. If you are a sponsored person, it may be that your sponsor hasn't complied with all the laws and therefore they have faced compliance visit and their license has been suspended in the interim whilst they put in measures or has been revoked or downgraded. There are various options for you. For example, if you've made an application for leave to remain or extend your leave and your sponsor's license has been suspended, your application will not be considered, it will be stayed. If your sponsor's license has been downgraded, your application will be refused. If your sponsor's license has been revoked, your application will be refused. If you are in the UK and your sponsor's license has been suspended and you're already working for the sponsor, you may continue to work for the sponsor. It will not affect you. It will eventually affect your renewal if the license is not reinstated, but you can continue to work. If you're outside the UK and your sponsor's license is revoked or suspended, you cannot come back to the UK even if your visa has been issued. If your sponsor's license is suspended and you're outside the UK and you've made an application, your application will be refused immediately. If the license is revoked, your application will be refused. So what do you do in these circumstances? If you're in the UK, then there are many options for you. The first thing to do is to switch. So you can switch to a new worker route. You can find a new sponsor. You can also switch to a student visa. It's possible to switch to a student visa if you can have a CAS within the 60 days. Just remember that the 60 days only starts after the Home Office have sent the notice, not when you receive it, not when the license is revoked, or not when your sponsor cancels your sponsorship. It is only when the UK government or the Home Office sends the revocation. Usually you will have 60 days. So the 60 days starts counting. Whether or not you receive the notification is another problem. But for argument's sake, we must all assume that once the revocation is sent, the 60 days counts. You can also switch to a self-sponsorship. So you can sponsor yourself. If you've got enough time, you can register a business, you can do the innovator visa, you can do the global talent, or you can do the HPI, which is a high potential individual. The way to do it is to act quickly. There's no time, so please act quickly. The other thing for those people who are single and may have met someone in the UK, you can also switch to a family visa. The family visa will be either as a spouse or a partner, even if it's a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you've dated for at least 2 years. You can rely on them and make an application. If you're married to them, then of course they are your spouse. So again, you can apply. It may be that you've had a child whilst in the UK with someone who's settled or may have a status. Again, you can switch onto the child. So when the sponsorship is cancelled or your visa is revoked and you've got time to switch, please act quickly and always obtain legal advice.